Hello everyone, welcome to the course Python from Scratch by Studio T. My name is Turjo, and in this course we will start from the very beginning of the hottest programming language out there, namely Python. So without further ado, let's get started. So let's start our journey with comment. Comments are used to make your code more readable and understandable. They help you remind whatever you're thinking while writing any particular code block, and they are also used to prevent commands from being executed. So there could be two types of comments in Python. One is a simple single line comment, and we put single line comment just by writing hash and whatever we want to put as comment right after that. So we can write here, this is a single line comment. And to write multi-line comments, we use two sets of three quotation. One set is like so, and another set of three quotation is like so, and whatever we put in between these two sets actually turns out to be multi-line comments. So we can write here multi-line comment, and this is another line. Okay, so this is how we put multi-line comments in Python. And if you guys are wondering what code editor I am using here, I am using here Visual Studio Code or VS Code, and I think out there this is right now the most popular code editor. So there is a high chance that many of you are actually using it in your daily work. So now let's talk about printing out different stuffs. So we use print to print out things in Python. That means whatever we put in between print actually comes out as an output. So if we run that code, we will get 5 as output. As for example, we can print string like hello. So if you guys are wondering what is a string, strings are just like a set of characters. So if we run that, we will see both 5 and hello. After that, there are two important aspects of Python. As if you guys are familiar with any other programming languages like JavaScript or C, high chance that you guys are accustomed to ending your code line with a semicolon, which is totally forbidden in Python. In Python, we finish a command with a new line. We don't put semicolon here. And another important aspect of Python is, in Python, indentation is very important, unlike many other programming languages out there. And what is indentation? Indentation is actually the blank spaces that we leave in front of any code line. And in Python, the standard is every indentation or blank space will consist of like 4 spaces. Okay, so as for example, if you like write if 5 is greater than 2, then let's say we want to print 5 is greater than 2. If up until now you guys are not familiar with conditional statement, let me explain. This line says if 5 is greater than 2, print this, and if it is not, don't do anything. Okay, so if we run this program now, we will see 5 is greater than 2 as expected. And see, as the basic syntax of Python, we just have left a blank space in front of print. But what if we don't? We just write this line without any indentation. What happens? Let's see. So if we don't leave blank space whenever it is necessary in Python, that actually result in indentation error, and we are seeing this right here in our output. So two important aspects of Python are, you don't put semicolon right after any command, and whenever necessary you must put blank space or indentation in front of any code line. So now variables. Variables are like containers for holding data values. So what does it mean? It means you guys can compare variables with a bucket where you can put any particular single stuff in that bucket. So variables are like containers that actually can hold data values. So in Python, you don't need to declare variable type. That means you can directly assign any data type to any variable, just like so. So if we here print x, we will get 3 as our output. So here we go, 3. But in Python, you can specify a particular data type by casting, and how we can do that? As for example, we can specify the type of variable x as integer, and let's put 2.5 here. Okay, so as the type of x is specified as integer here, only 2 will be assigned to x. So now if we print x, we will have 2 as output. 3 is actually is the output of this code line. So here we get the output as 2. So this is how by casting we can specify the data type of a particular variable. So let's explore some of the data types that are actually supported in Python. So in Python, there are several types of data that we can actually use in our code. First one is text type, which is a string, and string is actually an array of characters. We will explore more about strings and arrays shortly, but before that, other data types are like numeric types, integer, float, complex, etc. There are sequence types like list, tuple, range. There are mapping type like dictionary. Set types are set, frozen set. Boolean types, by boolean we mean true or false type of data, and others are like binary types like bytes, byte array, memory view, etc., etc. So before going any further, let's make a variable x of some kind of string, and the way we specify string in Python is we put string in between two quotation or two single quotation. That means both this and this are valid. You can use any of the two, that will be totally okay. But what I am trying to show you here is we can check the type of any variable in Python using the function type. That means if you write here like print type of x, and if you like run the program, you will see here the type is string. So we use type to check the data type of a specific variable. Okay, so let's see how we can assign a single data to multiple variables. So we can write here one value to multiple variables. So let's take 3 variables here. Let's say x, y, and z, and for some reason, let's say we want to assign a single value to all these 3 variables here. That means x, y, and z, and we can do that by writing the value right here. So in this code line, the value orange will be assigned to both x, y, and z. We can check this by, let's get rid of that. We can check this by printing out x, y, and z, and we can do that in a single line just like this. So if you run the program now, you will see orange, orange, and orange. Okay, so here x, y, and z, all 3 variables got the data orange. So this is how we can assign one value to multiple variables. So right after that, many value to multiple variables. So let's write many value to multiple variables. So let's say now we want to assign orange to x, banana to y, and apple to z. So we can do this by writing x comma y comma z equal to, I have just said I want to assign orange to x, so orange will come first, followed by the value we want to assign to y, and here it is banana, and after that we can write like apple here. So Now X has the string value orange, Y has the string value banana, and G has the string value apple. So we can check this by printing X, Y, and Z right here. So if you run the code, you will see orange, banana, and apple. So X has got the string value orange, Y has got the string value banana, and G has got the string value apple. And we can unpack a particular array to assign many value to multiple variables. And before that, let's see what is actually an array. So if you guys are unfamiliar with any kind of programming languages, for you arrays are like a single variable that can hold multiple values. That means arrays can be like compared with like a bigger basket. You can put more than one stuffs. Okay, so here the way we create an array in Python is we write the name of the array equal to, within two third bracket we put the data that we want our array to hold. So here I want to put these three string data, that means apple, banana, and orange, in our array fruits. So we will write like so, apple, and remember, to specify string we need to use quotation. So in quotation apple, in quotation banana, and in quotation orange. And in arrays, every element gets a specific index, and indices actually start from 0. So here in our fruits array, apple will get the index 0, banana will get the index 1, and orange will get the index 2. So if you write now like so, fruits within third bracket 2, it will actually mean that we want the third element of the array fruits. That means here we want the orange. Okay, so let's do that. Let's make an array and let's call it fruits, and let's write. So we can unpack this array just like so. We can write x comma y comma z equal to fruits, and if you now print x, y, and z, you will get apple, orange, and banana. So one mistake, I have just misspelled orange. It will be double R, so my apology for that. So apple, orange, and banana. So this is how by unpacking we can assign the value of a particular collection to different variables, just like so. Like here we have assigned the value of apple to x, assigned the value of orange to y, and assigned the value of banana to z. So this is how we can unpack a collection to assign its several values to different variables. So let's see how we can print like multiple variable at the same time. We want to print here I like apple, orange, but not banana. So in Python we can actually print out different stuffs using plus, or we can like perform addition operation while printing out more than one variables. And while performing addition operation, we have to keep in mind that we can only perform addition operation upon more than one variables if only their types are actually the same. That means we can actually add up two strings, but we cannot add up a string with an integer. Okay, so let's do that. Let's print out I like apple, orange, but not banana. So here print. So first remember, I like is a string, and blank spaces are also treated as string in Python. So we should write here plus a blank space, then I like, first one is apple, which is actually x, so let's write x plus, we need a comma here, so let's write a comma in between quotation to make it like a string, and plus orange, which is here y, so plus y, plus but not banana, and here banana is actually z. So if we now print this out, see here we get I like apple, orange, but banana. So here there is no space between orange and but, and there is no space between not and banana. So we can introduce spaces just like we did it here. That means we can add a space like a string, or we can here introduce spaces right before and right after but not. So if we now run this code, we'll get I like apple, orange, but not banana. So that's more or less we need to know about variables. And the last thing about variables is how we should name our variables. So a variable name must start with a letter or underscore or character. That means while writing the name of a variable, we must start with a letter. Now question is, what type of letter? A variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscores. That means either uppercase or lowercase A to Z from 0 to 9 and underscore. Also, variable names are case sensitive. That means you should be careful while using uppercase and lowercase letters to name your variable. And also multi-word variable names are allowed. That means camel case, Pascal case, and snake case are allowed to name your variable in Python. What is Pascal case? In Pascal case, every word of the name of your variable must start with an uppercase letter. That means, like, let's name a variable, my name is Turjo equal to 5. In camel case, every word of the name of your variable starts with an uppercase except for the initial word. That means in camel case we write like so, my name is. So thing is, you don't have to name your variables in this way, but one thing about using camel case, Pascal case, and later that we are going to see snake case is naming your variables in this way actually make your variables more intuitive and more like self-explanatory. So in snake case, what we do is we add up the words of the name of our variable with underscore. So my name is Turjo equal to 5. So these are the Pascal keys, camel keys, and snake keys. And also, once again, remember, a variable name must start with a letter or a underscore character. That means you cannot put 5 in here. See, my editor is already giving me an error. That is actually our second point, where it says a variable name cannot start with a number. So this is all about variables. Now let's move on to the next module.